There we go. Awesome. Hello. I am Becky. I'm here at the Bead Place. The Bead Place is a bead and yarn shop in Fabry Heights, Illinois, which is near St. Louis, Missouri. We are a 4,000 square foot shop as well as a online retailer and wholesaler of beads and yarn and other arty goodness. Hello. Usually Abby is right here. Today Abby is invisible. She's wearing the cloak of indivisibility. Invisibility. I always had a separate syllable. The cloak of invisibility. That's the word. It's early. I have coffee. Stay hydrated, kids. So anyway, yeah, last night we were showing the monthly fun pack, which is Cloud Dancer, the Pantone color of the year. So our fun pack is our subscription optional monthly service of a carefully curated creative pack of beads and sometimes components and other cool stuff. This time it had some lace in it. I keep looking over there because Abby should be here soon. Anyway, yeah, so our fun pack is $35, but if you subscribe, it is $30. You save $5. And it's always a theme, not necessarily a season or a holiday, but it's themed. Like this month, it is the Pantone color of the year, which is Cloud Dancer. So we have various shades of white and iridescent and pearly colors. Really cool. We'll go down here and we'll look at it in just a minute. So if you don't mind, we would love it if you are watching on Facebook. No, YouTube, give it a thumbs up. If you're watching on Facebook, give it a heart. And please share with your friends with spirit fingers. Okay. So yeah, last night we opened the fun pack and went over what was inside. And I started to make a necklace. And I will continue making some fun stuff today out of the Cloud Dancer pack. Cool. Okay. This is harder than it looks, kids, when you're by yourself and there's not Abby here. Anyway. Okay, well, let's go down here and see if we can do the hand cam. And we will start playing. There we are. Viola, it's magic. Cool. Let me put my glasses on. Good morning, Mary. Oh, Mom's a hippie. Hi. Hi, Sharon. Very good. Hello. Can you see me and hear me? Give me a fun emoji in the chat if you can see me and hear me. I'm flying solo today, and it's a little bit different than the setup I have at home. So hopefully it's working. So last night I made this on our stream. We stream every Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. Central and every Thursday at noon Central on Facebook and YouTube. So here is the centerpiece for the necklace that I made last night out of our Cloud Dancer fun pack. Abby's here just in time. So today I thought I would make a bracelet with all the goodness here. Hi, Pat. Okay, so I'm going to set this to the side. And Abby's here. She has her coat on. She's going to set down her stuff and get settled, and then she'll be here with us too. Okay, so I'm actually going to cut this soft flex because we don't need this much for what I'm doing. And it's already cut off, so why cut off even more? Use my flush cutter. I'm going to leave a couple inches on either side in case I decide to add a little bit more to it, and also to have plenty of room to put this onto a chain later. So this is the centerpiece of the necklace, and then there'll be chain coming up. And yeah, lots of fun. Okay, let me move this over. And I'll put this over here so we can still look at it because it's adorable. And I'm going to take my bead stopper and my other length of Soft Flex Econoflex to make a bracelet. So this is the product I'm using right here. The Soft Flex Econoflex. It's a new product to us. This one is the fine. And then they also make medium and heavy The medium is on our way to us. It's in transit right now. But right now you can find the find on our website. This is the gold color. I believe it also comes in a couple other colors.
I think we're only going to stock it in the gold. I will say that.
Okay.
Because the only reason, honestly, the only reason why we have the Econoflex, our preference is the normal Softflex, like the regular Softflex jeweler's wire. But the Econoflex, they're able to make in gold.
Yeah.
Whereas the regular Softflex, they're not able to make in gold right now.
Good morning, Abby. How are you?
Good morning. I'm okay. Sorry, I was a few minutes late. Talking business with some business people.
Business people. Cool. So you're here now. We have coffee. You have coffee from Verona. I have.
Huh? Yeah, we're frozen on the.
We're frozen.
Big one. That's weird. Oh well.
Are we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, we're not on the big one.
We're not on the big one, so it doesn't matter right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't mess with the screen. I just did the other screen.
Oh, that'll. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
It didn't have the right thumbnail on there, so I just smacked a generic kind of a thumbnail on there less.
Okay.
It's a familiar thumbnail. People can see our beautiful faces.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to start making a bracelet to go with this necklace that I started last night. So I'm just going to lay out some beads and kind of figure out what I want to do. I like these moons right here. Aren't they adorable?
So cute.
Yeah.
Super cute.
Yeah. So I'm going to put these kind of just staggered throughout. And there's 5. That's good. I like odd numbers. Usually when you're designing something, odd numbers is just more pleasing to the eye, even if you don't realize it. It's just like one of those things.
I'm going to test something real quick.
Abby's going to text something real fast. Hi.
Hi. Okay. All right. We're good.
Oh, what does Mary say? It's so fun seeing all these new tools you guys have. Wish I had.
Wish I had those in the 90s when I was doing jewelry. LOL. That's funny.
Yeah, it's funny because I was talking to my friend Wendy the other day.
Hey, Stacey.
Morning, Stacey. And my friend Wendy used to do beads back in the 90s also. And then, she stopped for a while and she started to do it again because I talked her into it.
Yeah.
The bead bug has bitten her. I'm going to plug in my phone. And she was saying that she can never get her crimps quite right. I said, well, what kind of crimp tool are you using? And she's like, well, the ones that you told me to use, the blue handle crimping. I said, does it look like a hot dog when you're done? And she said, yeah. I said, how long ago did we tell you to use that? She's like, oh, at least 15 years ago. And I was like, oh, well, cool. I'm glad that you mentioned that because now we use the purple hand crimper, which is the magic crimper.
Yeah.
And it doesn't just fold your crimp like a hot dog bun. It actually makes it into a 2mm bead. So, here, like this. There's my crimp. You just think it's another bead.
Yeah.
So it does take a little bit longer, but it looks so much better, more professional looking. And honestly, I think it's a better hold.
I will say, yeah. I have tested it, and it is a better hold than the standard crimper.
Yeah.
When done properly with the right size wire and crimps, I will say that.
Yeah. Yeah. Almost every time I demonstrate it for somebody, they buy it.
Mary, I just
it's amazing.
The magical crimper in the chat. And if you go to that product page, there's a pictorial on how it's done. And then we have it in several of our video tutorials as well. But it's super easy. And it really just makes your jewelry look a lot more finished.
It really does. Yeah. So I'll show it again. There's 3 of them right there. It just looks like 3 little beads.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it.
Cute.
Yeah. So I got the ladybugs on there today and shamrocks. I know it's not St. Patrick's Day, but I just felt like wearing it because it's cute.
I have this bracelet on every day of my life. This silver one. And you can see I've got the magical crimpers holding it on. I'm very, very rough on jewelry. I'm pretty active. I have an 8-year-old. I have pets. My parents have pets that I help out with. And this bracelet has gotten caught so many times, and I have never had to restring it. So. Stacy
Yes.
says, could you give us some inspiration for using the lace?
Oh, I think that's Abby's department.
Yes, I totally can. You can continue on with that, and I
Okay.
will gather my.
She's going to play and she'll show you in a minute.
Yeah.
So I like these crystals here. I want a little bit of variation from the iridescent here. So I'm not going to use the iridescent ones here. I'm going to use the more milky ones.
Milky.
Milky cereal, baby. I mean, know that song? Bonus points if you know that song. Milky cereal, baby. Yeah. It's LL Cool J. My husband didn't believe me. Yeah, my husband didn't believe me when I started singing it. And he's like, that's not LL Cool J. You just made that up. I'm like, no, it's LL Cool J. Seriously. I played it for him. He's like, oh, he has a song about milky cereal, baby. Okay, whatever. LL Cool J's cool. Well, duh, he's cool. What does LL stand for? LL Cool J. Ladies love the Cool J. That's the LL. I don't know what J stands for. I guess his name's like James or something. I don't know. Okay, so I have this laid out. I'll probably need more than just this to make a bracelet. So I'm going to throw in some of these seed beads here and there. I kind of really wanted to use these flowers too.
Those are cute. Could those be like every other moon, like in place of every other moon? So
Boop.
they have a similar visual
Boop.
impact? Maybe. Oh, I love that. Do you like it?
Yeah.
Before you get started on that, I just want to show you guys the caps that I had in mind for the idea that I'm going to use. This is, I believe, 1044. And I thought it would be so fun to do a long necklace. And then have, hold on, let me kind of get set up here so you can see what I'm even talking about. I thought it would be so fun to have a long necklace and then some lace coming out of a tassel like this. So you could either glue the lace in and wire through. Oh, it looks like we lost Facebook. That's weird. I'll go check that out, but we're still on YouTube. So you could either glue it in or you could capture the ends of the lace here with your wire and bring your wire up through the cone. The other thing that I had in mind for the lace was I like to create like a faux clasp. So you would have your real clasp on the bracelet, and then just kind of like have extra jump rings on the end that hide underneath a little bow. So it looks like your bracelet is clasped with a bow. And obviously you can tie this smaller. I just did it quickly. But it would look like your bracelet is clasped with a little lace bow because you've got your bow on one side right by the clasp. But you wouldn't have to rely on the lace itself to hold your bracelet together because the lace is kind of slick, you know. I'll let you carry on, and I'm going to see if I can troubleshoot Facebook.
Yeah, so I have an idea.
Okay.
I had an idea. Let's see if this works. Don't laugh at me if it doesn't work. Ooh, look at that. Okay, cool. I'm going to roll with this. We'll see where this goes. Part of creating is just playing around and seeing what works, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Look at that. Look at that.
Are you going to weave in and out?
Uh-huh.
Very cool. That's a great idea, Becky.
Yeah. Look at me with creative ideas at noon in the morning. I stay up late and I get up late, so this is early morning for me. And then we'll do some of these. Yeah. This
Love
is
it.
cool.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, so I could glue this into a cone or one of those
like a fold over would work.
Yeah, fold over or a little crimp end over here. And then string my beads on here. I'm gonna try this. Let's see if these show up. Yeah, they show up. Look at that. Okay. That's cool. I think I am going to put one of these in here though. Yeah. And then a fishy and one of these. Aw, look at that. That's fun. Okay, so ideally, I would be counting my little spaces here, but I'm not going to count. I'm just going to kind of wing it.
Cool.
So I'm going under this little motif within the lace.
Cute.
And then coming back over here. There we go.
Love that. And so one idea that I have, if you kind of like go farther than that, I'm not suggesting you do that, but just an alternate idea. If you go, like, if you skip a motif and then kind of pull tight, it could create ruffles or ruching if that's more your style.
Oh, yeah. I love ruching. Let's see. There's the hole. There it is.
This vintage lace is so fun. I was able to get whole entire vintage cones of some of these lace styles a while back, and they've been fun to kind of watch get turned into different, like really different styles of projects over the years. There's a lot of creative people in this area, and so a lot of different crafty retreats or groups happen here. Not here specifically at the bead place, but yeah, kind of.
We do
but I
have things
just
like
mean
that.
in this area. And one of my favorite ways that people use this lace is every year there is a crazy quilter.
Yep,
retreat,
I was just going to say that.
and a lot of them do paper craft and mixed media as well. And one of the crazy quilter retreat attendees, oh, that is so cute. I like that.
Oh, that's awesome.
She would buy a bunch of lace each year she'd come, and then they did like a mid-year meetup sometimes where some of the people would come. And so every time she came into the shop, she would buy more lace and buy more lace. And we're like, what are you doing with all this lace? She's dyeing it and painting it.
Oh, that's so cool.
Using it as like layers over the top of her quilted journals.
That's so cool.
I know.
I need to hang out with that lady.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I love seeing what crazy quilters do.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would never in a million years want to invest the time or the money to get into quilting. You know, I say that now, and next year I'll be like, quilting.
Yeah, let's do it.
But that is like one particular art form that I am so amazed by. You guys have heard me talk about how just incredible the crazy quilting displays are.
I like the ones where they make like a picture, like one of our friends, Jane, made one of her dog. And it looks like a photograph. Yeah. It's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I just love seeing people think out of the box, because like part of it'll be like fancy vintage check buttons, and then another part will be like just different textures and layers and sewing techniques of fabric combined together. And then another part of it'll be like soda can tabs that they've crocheted around and then
very
appliqued.
Cool.
And
very cool.
It's just like all the different layers and finishes and stuff.
The found objects really make it cool. Yeah, that is super cool.
Mm-hmm.
I've been wanting to try coffee dyeing.
Oh, cool.
So lately I've been making my coffee in a regular coffee machine instead of the Keurig.
Mm-hmm.
And one of these days, this is all tangled up. Here we go. One of these days, I'm going to try my hand at coffee dyeing. Cool. This lace would be really cool. Coffee dyed.
Yeah. I'm not sure off the top of my head if this one's synthetic or if this one's a natural fiber. I can check. But I know that the Crazy Quilter said that some of them were specific about which ones they wanted, because some of them had like dyes for synthetic fibers and some of them had dyes for the natural fibers. And I know sometimes the synthetic ones they would paint because they wouldn't accept the natural dyes as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would think that natural dyes would be good. Earthquake, sorry. You'd think that the natural dyes would be good for almost anything, but it's not always the case.
No, those synthetic fibers are pretty resistant to change. Which makes sense. That's why a lot of fast fashion stuff sits in landfills for so long. But we try really hard to like be intentional about the products that we carry here. I'm not saying that we are 100% green by any means, but I will say that we do our best to try and make the changes that are practical. And then we do a lot of like vintage. I don't want to, like, dead stock sounds like such a terrible name, but it's like stuff that's just like old stock that deserves a new home,
a second chance.
Yeah. Like I'm looking right now at gorgeous, weird little lucite fruit beads and sports beads from a craft store that closed in the 90s. Like and I think sometimes that stuff is the best.
Yeah. Yeah, that fruit's adorable.
Yeah.
You want to see the fruit?
I think we showed them the fruit before, didn't we?
Maybe. Mom Zippy says if you want to coffee or tea dye paper, the easiest way is making up a spray bottle of concentrate and spraying your paper. That's a good idea. I could do that on my deck outside the back. That's a good idea. I just need to do it.
Oh, I should have brought over more colors.
Here's some of the fruit.
Yeah.
Aren't these adorable?
There's apples and grapes and strawberries.
Apples and bananas. Apples and bananas.
I know that a lot of the Crazy Quilters said that they dyed the lace on their stove. So they like boiled the coffee.
Yeah, you can do that too.
But if it is a synthetic, you have to be careful not to melt it.
Yeah. That wouldn't be fun at all. So, okay, you ready to see some magic? I'll show you what I've done so far. Zoop. I just cinched it close. And look at that. That is so fun.
I want that on the top of a really fancy pair of socks.
Oh, that would be good.
Like ruffle socks are back in, you know?
Yeah.
But it would be very cute. I'm picturing it as like a kind of a collar necklace.
Oh,
and then
that would be fun
like
too.
Either pearls or like chunky chain around the back in like a brass color.
Uh-huh.
I just think that would be so fun.
You could dye the lace black and it would be like a goth kind of a thing.
Oh, I was thinking like fairy bubble goth. So like the juxtaposition of like the like grunge chain and then the like really frilly kind of fairy core.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's fun. Or you could just do it like this.
Yeah. Yep.
This also would be really fun if you like sew it on a jeans jacket or something, just like this.
Mm-hmm.
Just like above a pocket or like along your collar or something.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be adorable. You know, and if I was doing this for real, I would like measure this out easier, you know, like more spaced out, you know, evenly. But I'm just kind of not bad for a first try though.
No, I think it's very cute, kind of off kilter. I almost think I would like it less if it was even. Perfectly you know what spaced. I mean? Like your eyes are drawn to it when it's like, okay, what is that?
You got to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then when you cinch it, you can't really tell that it's uneven anyway. So
right. Yep.
Fun.
Very cute.
Yeah. Oh, this has a lot of possibilities. If you wanted to, you could get another piece of soft flex and like put it in the spaces, like fill in the spaces and do more. Oh, that's fun. Thanks, Stacy.
Super cute.
Yeah. What time is it?
It is 12:25.
We still have some time.
We're just getting started.
Do Do you want to make something, Abby? What would you do with this?
Certainly can. Okay, so
Let's switch spots.
okay.
You can see Abby making something now.
Deal.
And here's your coffee.
Thank you.
It's a vital part of the morning.
That it is. All right. Can I cut about an inch? Can I leave about an inch for you of this
Sure.
lace? Okay.
Sure.
Okay. So, I'm gonna slide this beautiful project up out of the way. I'm gonna adjust this ever so slightly, and then
I the seed bead mix again.
Okay, yeah.
It's so cool.
Look at this. Would you mind linking the seed bead mix for our friends?
Yeah.
So my thought with this lace is you could have a lot of fun creating almost like a tassel. So we have these really cool links here that are headed soon to the new special finds section on our website. That's a project that we'll be launching very, very soon that our staff member Rita has been working hard on. So these links are kind of a sneak peek, but I wanted to show you one thing that you can do is kind of create fringe with the lace. Is it okay if I use the rest of the lace, Becky? Or are you gonna?
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay. So I'm gonna cut this lace into.
Ooh.
I know. That'll be in special finds soon.
Very cool.
I know.
I love it. It could be a shawl pin too.
Mm-hmm.
It could be so many things.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do, I cut the lace in half. Probably should have cut it in thirds, but that's okay. So I'm going to do a lark's head knot here. So I'm just looping through. I'm bringing my tail end down, and I like to leave my tail ends a little bit uneven. And then another lark's head knot here. So I've brought my loop through. I'm bringing my tail ends through. And you can see how I have my tail ends in the same direction. No, I don't, do I? Oh, I do. It just is sitting funny. I was trying to make sure that they were in the right direction, and then I thought maybe I didn't.
I love that.
So we've got this so far. One tip that I want to share with you for the tail ends, especially if you're making them uneven, if I had my little chroma scissors here, this would be sharper and easier to cut. But what I like to do is I like to kind of finish the end of the lace here by continuing on with a ruffle. So I like cut it at an angle like that to kind of almost match the curve.
Yeah, so it doesn't fray.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just going to gently trim this one at an angle. And it just looks a little bit less blunt than these guys. Yeah. So I'm going to cut this one just a hair shorter. And they don't have, like, the angles don't have to be precise or matched or anything, but it just looks a little bit more flowy, if you will. So I've got my two sections here. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to take a length of Econoflex. And Becky, would you mind linking Econoflex for me if you haven't done that already this stream?
I will do that.
I'm going to cut about, I would say, probably twice the length of my little tassel-y guys. And as Becky said before, this is fine, but that's okay. You probably want fine for something like this, because if you used medium, it might be too stiff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what I'm going to do now is string a handful of seed beads. Becky, can you get me 2 mini stoppers, please? So I'm not planning on covering the entire length of the wire here. I probably want to show a little bit of it because it's so pretty. Look at these baby bugles. Let me find the focal spot here. Look how cute they are. But I'm just doing little sections of seed beads like this, all different sizes, all different textures. And I'm just using the seed beads for this part here. Well, the seed beads and the baby bugles.
Baby bugles.
The baby bugles. Thank you, Becky. And the biggest seed bead that I'm going to use probably is an 8. There's some beautiful 6s in here as well. But for this section, I am just using the 11s, 8s, and baby bugles. Just whatever hops onto my stringing material.
Whatever hops on there.
Whatever hops on. Okay, so this is what I have so far. Pretty cute, right?
Right.
Actually, I'm going to add just a little bit more, just so that I don't have to struggle with placement. I thought I'd do maybe another 1/2 inch or so. And you might be able to guess what I'm going to do here. I'm going to place this beaded section in the middle of my tassels.
I thought you were going to wrap it around the ring itself.
Oh, that would
Like
be cute too.
Spiral it around and then secure it somehow.
Yeah, that would be very cute as well.
Endless possibilities.
I would probably, if I were going to do that, I would probably use a craft wire. The kind of wire that stays where you bend it. Just for ease of working with it. But you could certainly embellish with loopy soft flex as well.
Yeah, you're just sliding around a little bit.
Yeah. So I am going to secure this end here with my mini stopper. I'm going to leave a little bit of play so the beads can kind of float around. Maybe a little bit less play. We'll see. Okay, so there we go. Little bit of play. Making sure my tail ends are about even. They don't have to be 100% even. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some room for my beaded loop here. I'm going to make sure that I can pass my bead stopper through it. And I'm going to...
You're going to...
do a lark's head knot.
Yeah. It's a lark's foot, right?
A lark's head knot, but it could be a gooseneck too.
Is that what I call it?
You called it a gooseneck. Yeah.
Gooseneck.
Look how cute that is. And so because we've got a little bit of play in here, it's a-okay. You can't, because the wire is a little bit stiff, what you can do if you want after the fact is you can kind of go back and secure this together. Either with a jump ring and a charm. Oh, that would be really cute, wouldn't it? A jump ring and a charm. Okay, so you can also choose which side you like better. This kind of looks like a pretzel. I think I like this side better. I think that's kind of cute. Yeah, I think that's good. Mary says, love the bead stoppers. I used to use Scotch tape. Ooh, me too. And then like if you leave it on for too long, your wire is sticky and you can't string the beads on without struggling. Oh, what a nightmare. I know. So bead stoppers are awesome. These are the mini bead stoppers that we have available on our site. They are what I like to use when I'm working with tiny things, or when I have to do like macrame stuff. So like, you know how I passed the wire through the loop? The bead stopper itself is smaller when we're using like the mini stoppers or the seed bead stoppers. So it allows for you to be able to kind of move things around a little bit more freely. I will say that the hold on the mini stoppers is not as good as the like standard bead stoppers. But that's okay because just grab a standard stopper whenever you need it. So, oh, that's going to hop over my little bugle. So here's my opportunity to use some of these beautiful bugle beads here. I'm not going to use a ton of them, but I do want to make sure to use a few of them just because they're beautiful and they save me from stringing lots of beads. I will say we want to make sure to use some texture and size variety in projects like this, because otherwise it'll end up looking kind of flat. Oh, look how cute that is. Do one of those. And then, should I do another? No, I'll do some more size 11 seed beads over here.
There's a link for the bead stoppers.
Thanks, Becky. Very cool.
I brought you something if you want to use it too.
Oh, well, thank you, thank you. That is a great idea to finish with charms on the bottom. I didn't even think about that. I was just going to do... Oh, yeah.
Like you mentioned before.
Yeah. Very cute. All right. So there we go. I probably went right about to where I'll need to stop. I'm going to switch my bead stopper now. Actually, I have a bead stopper here that Becky brought me, so I'll use that. That way, in case I want to make any changes, I can. So I'm going to do the same thing on this end. Hey, Sally.
Hey, Sally.
Oh, I could be using some of these crystals. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe use a crystal on this side. All right.
Sally, we're playing with the contents of our new fun pack, the latest fun pack that just went out. The theme is the Pantone Color of the Year Cloud Dancer.
Yay! There we go. Look, I'll get some visual impact from a few of the crystals in a row. That way it doesn't look like I just forgot to use them on the other side, because I did forget to use them on the other side. But when I put a bunch of them in a row like that, it'll make it look a little bit more impactful and intentional that I have random crystals there.
It's a design opportunity.
Exactly. Cute, cute, cute. Now, one thing that I love about this ring is that there's like a flat side and a non-flattened side. I personally like the look of the flat side being at the bottom where we're attaching, where we are attaching our dangles. But obviously you do you. You should create it how you want to create it. That's just what I want to do. I'm going to put a flower on top of this little dude's head.
What? Put on top of somebody's head?
Yeah, look.
Oh, the fish?
No,
the moon.
Yeah.
Fun.
She's got a hat on. Maybe it's a woman on the moon.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, it probably is, honestly. Okay, so we're stringing. Look, I found one of those little beads you were looking for last night.
Is there two of them?
Did you?
I didn't use it.
Oh, this is the one. Okay, never mind.
It's probably one.
Okay. All right. I just want to shout out these little twisted frosted bugles real quick. They are so cute. They look like licorice.
They do.
All right. I like my placement so far on this. I feel like we're doing good. I feel like it could use like a little, does it need a round bead or a disc bead? Or a coin, I guess.
Coin.
Probably the coin, so says the mummies. The zombies or the mummies?
I think it's zombies.
Oh, I thought they were mummies.
I'll have to look that up. Might be mummies.
My memory might be wrong. I was a child. Yeah, I think that's cute. Very cute. Very cute. Okay, so then an 8 and an 11. And then, Becky, do you have crimps over here? Did I bring you crimps from last night or did I not? Yeah, if you want to bring me copper crimps, that would be good. I think I like the warm copper with this kind of tied in with the gold. I think that that's a really good combo. And then I think what I'll do is I'll continue these beaded strands here and here. And I like the way they're kind of loose. I don't think I'll crimp it as tight as I normally would. That way there's some movement and they can kind of float to whatever feels natural. You know, because the wire and beads have feelings.
I just came back and I heard wire and beads have feelings.
Yeah.
Okay.
So thank you. Becky brought me some charms and I really like these charms, but I think I'm only going to do the key. I got it. I'm only going to do the key on one of them. And then I'm not going to put a charm on the other side of this.
Well, I invite you one jump ring.
Reserve the charm for the other side. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how you can use the magical crimper on fine wire without having the discontinued fine magical crimper.
Bye, Mary. See you later.
Bye. Thanks for hanging out. And thank you for the compliments. Okay, so some of you may know that there was a green magical crimper that was for fine wire. That one has been discontinued. So let's show you how you can use the magical crimper, the standard or universal size one, for smaller size wire.
Mary says, okay, I'll wait for this.
Okay. I'll do it quick and concise. I'll keep my words to a minimum.
Show them what the inside of the tool looks like.
Yeah, so the inside of the tool is like a little balled out section like this. So we're going to lay the crimp right in the middle of that balled out section.
There's still room, Sally. We got you.
Yeah, I think seats are only sold a third of the way through right now. So we're going to crimp. It's probably not going to be as like anchored on there as you normally would feel like because it's on fine wire. So it still can slip a little bit. So what we're going to do is complete the crimp like normal. And guys, you might notice that copper is a sticky metal. So it might want to stick the first couple times around. Okay, so we almost have this rounded out. But you'll notice it could still maybe slip. What we're going to do is use the front of the crimper. We're going to squeeze down so that we flatten one side of it out. It still looks like a ball, but one side is flattened. Then we're going to come in and round it out again.
Just to make it look prettier.
And then it's secure. Yeah. So it doesn't look exactly like a ball. It's more like an oval this time, but it's way prettier, way more comfortable than a flat crimp.
Yeah.
And it's secure. So there we go. I've tucked that in. Look how cute that is. Yeah. I'm going to transfer just a little bit of the slack out and into this side. But remember, guys, I did say that I do want a little bit of movement here. So I am leaving it kind of loosey-goosey. Like, you see how much slack I have here? Oh, that's true. Stacy says you can add some dummy wire to fill the crimp so that it grabs better. That is a very good technique to use as well. I find with this, I don't necessarily need to do that, but that is a really good tip for lots of applications. But what I love about making your own jewelry is that you can make it your own. It's your own jewelry. So do what works best for you. And there's really no wrong answer as long as it's secure and it's not going to hurt anybody. And when I say hurt anybody, I mean like don't hurt yourself while doing it, and then don't leave pokey ends that'll scratch anybody. All right, so this side I'm not going to put anything in the crimp. I could put like a little seed bead dangle. I could just
you put something on a head pin like I did with my necklace last night.
Yep, I could.
Endless possibilities.
I could.
Thanks, Mary. See you later. Have a good day.
What I'm going to do here is just make a little loop. And then I'm
It
gonna
likes what
crimp.
you did. It's faster and not pokey.
Yeah. I didn't want to say. I don't want to yuck anybody's yum, but like
Yeah.
when. So I used to go to a lot of the bead shows, and that would be a technique that was taught, and I used to do it, and it hurts. Like I could never get the tail end close enough,
Yeah.
or I could never get the tail end cut close enough, and then it would start to fray as I crimped it, and I'm like, no, don't fray.
Yeah.
And nothing hurts worse. Okay, Becky, back me up on this. Nothing hurts worse than a soft flex splinter. Have you ever had a micro wire splinter? You cannot get them out.
And it's so small. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to do the same thing on this side, but keep in mind I've got nothing here. I'm just going to, oh, these crimps are so sticky. Copper is a sticky metal. Like there's a lot of room in the kind of like crystalline structure for it to grab onto other metals.
So notice how Abby is going around the crimp at different angles. You want to smash it this way, smash it that way, just all inside that little bowl dip there in the tool. Just get it from all angles.
And now because it's fine wire, I'm smashing it flat in the front of my tool and then squeezing the sides in. That little flat squeeze, you want to make sure you give it a real good squeeze so that it's super secure.
And that's only because we're using fine wire.
Yeah.
On medium, you would have to do that.
And if you have a fine crimper, a fine magical crimper, great. You don't have to do that. But I know they're discontinued, which is a bummer. So this is what I like to do to make it work for everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, so I like that little loop on the end. I think that's super cute. And if I decide I want to add a charm to it,
You guys do that.
I could always do that. A lot of times when you don't have that extra weight at the bottom of your designs, it'll stick up or be weird. So I'm going to leave that there as a possibility for me to kind of figure out later. But you could just trim the tail ends off. I don't know, with lace, do I recommend not trimming the tail end off so that it doesn't get catchy?
Well, it's a loop, so I don't think it's going to catch on anything.
Oh, no, I mean, like, do we recommend not trimming the tail ends flush to the crimp? I probably wouldn't, honestly, because then you'd have those little splintery bits. I'd probably just leave it like this now that I think about it. But yeah, you could definitely, Stacey says I do it when I put a crimp cover on. Yeah. So that's another good tip. You can always cover the end with a crimp cover as well. But Stacey's saying she'll put a crimp cover over the like dummy wire. Yeah. Yep. All right. Stacey says, I realize I don't need to do the magical crimp if I'm going to put a crimp cover on. Well, yeah, but it's in my opinion, or in my mind, it's easier. The magic crimp is easier because you don't have to make sure your wires aren't crossed.
Yeah, I was going to say exactly the opposite of what Stacey just said. If you use a magical crimper, you don't need the crimp cover.
Yeah. That's true.
That's another reason I like the magical crimper.
Right. Yep. But yeah, the standard crimper, one of the trickiest things that people had complaints about whenever I used to teach our basic classes before the magical crimper came out was they can't tell if their wires are crossed inside the crimp bead, and that was a big no-no. It's like if your wires are crossed, your crimp won't crimp properly with the old school one. Yeah. But you don't have to worry about that with the magical crimper.
Yeah,
which is nice. All right, how are we doing on time?
We are over.
Okay,
12:49.
Okay, well, I will not do the outside strands then, but just know that was my intention for this project.